All right, we now head back to our review of the Presidency and the National Assembly's relationship in the last 8 years. And earlier I spoke with public affairs analyst Jide on the performance of the 8th and 9th National Assemblies vis-a-vis their relationship with the executive. I started by asking him to compare the President's relationship with the two assemblies.
As far as I'm concerned, the 8th and 9th National Assembly have different features. Remember the frosty relationship between the Senator Saraki-led National Assembly from 2015 to 2019, due to the way both the President of the Senate and the Speaker of House of Reps then emerged, and they were more or less persona non grata with the leadership of APC and even within the presidency. However, they still achieved some modest result. So to an extent, yes, you can say the relationship was adversarial somewhat, given the fact that they belong to the same party. However, one of the pitfalls of that Saraki's presidency was cutting deals with the opposition, making sure that the Deputy President of the Senate, Ike Ekweremadu, is from the opposition just for him to get his way. And that didn't quite, that didn't go well with the leadership of APC as well as the president. So it was more very tense, a very frosty relationship. But they achieved, nonetheless, they achieved some modest result.
Now, the perception that the 9th Assembly was a rubber stamp to the executive has lingered throughout the lifespan of this assembly. Is this a fair opinion, if I may ask?
Yes, they were more collaborative, they are more cooperative, but I don't think they were the rubber stamp, because there were tense moments. The issue of Naira redesign was very contentious between the leadership of National Assembly and the presidency. Aside from that, even on the ways and means, the National Assembly did not just pass the ways and means, they asked for details, and it took quite a while before they give the final approval for that ways and means. Even when the president was signing the 2023 budget, he still reminded them that unless they signed this, that Nigeria was going to pay a lot more in terms of debt servicing. And so they reluctantly have to pass it. And don't forget that there was revenue shortfall. So the president needs a lot of revenue, a lot of resources to be able to deliver on infrastructure.
How should the 10th Assembly engage with the executive to ensure that the parliament properly oversights the executive going forward?
I would just advise that the 10th National Assembly needs to do something to be able to overhaul its oversight functions and to be more effective. In fact, there is an indictment that the reason why corruption still thrives in Nigeria was because of lack of proper oversight by the National Assembly. Because you have committees that are supposed to oversight these institutions, these ministry, departments, and agencies. If they have done their work thoroughly, they should have detected those leakages, those fraud, before they happened. And look at the Committee on NDDC. They conducted a probe, but where did the probe lead us? After the probe, there was a forensic audit that was carried out. Nobody has been able to say the final report from the auditors. And this is not good enough, given the freedom of information, given the open government partnership that Nigeria signed on to.